And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Jet Shelley for being the first one here this morning. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery driver, round town drivers, over the road, long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the brother Troy Stars Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Please go over to Troy's channel and continue to support that brother. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. Welcome to SouFLoTV, everybody. It is your host with the most. Shout out to Jet Shelley. Jet Shelley, thank you for that right there. I appreciate you greatly as we move into the early morning. I have nothing on the board for you this morning. It's Monday morning. It's Money Making Mondays. I'm going to go ahead and shout out a couple of people as we normally do, and then we're going to get into the topic. The pressing topic this morning is because y'all know Rihanna got crowned a national hero in her native Barbados, right? And it seems to me that her dress has become a big issue for some Jamaican people of the elite stature. You know, elite journalists, elite presenters, elite who's of who's that rubs elbows with who's of who's. It made front page news in Jamaica that her dress was inappropriate. So what I want to know is it the dress that's the problem? Or is there an underlying issue there that they don't really want to address? You know, sometimes somebody want to tell you something, but them tell you in another way. Like they act like they're mad at something else when that's not what they're really mad at. I have a theory. I have a theory, and we're going to talk about that theory this morning. Before we do that, though, let me shout out a couple of people. I have my Echinacea tea in my cup this morning, and I'm sipping Money Making Mondays, Motivational Mondays, whatever you want to call it. Don't call it Manic Mondays. All right, keep it positive. It's the beginning of the week, and you know how the beginning of the week goes. It's one foot before the other, and oh, my weekend is over, and all that. Shout out to the people who had to work the entire weekend, and big up to those who have today as a day off. It's your weekend, all right? I just can't say it's the freaking weekend, baby, for you. All right. Jet Shelley, first one in the building this morning. Good morning, Jet Shelley. Thank you for being here. Great goodies is here. Up. Elevate Entertainment's in the building. Richie Shiva is in the building this morning. Good morning thoughts, morning thoughts. I don't know why you keep saying I sound like I'm saying morning thoughts, but there's probably some thoughts in here. So morning thoughts and morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. All right. First thing we're thinking in the morning. Good morning, Caribbean Queen. Bro, big up yourself and thank you for being here. Marie Murray is here. Audemars Chizzy is in the building. The BHFB family is in the building. Craig Bailey, good morning. Thank you for being here. Sexy Body Daya. Mr. Article Don is in the building. Teresa Lewis is in the building. Sir Alfred Benjamin, I'm here. And let's hope the internet goes well because we did a premiere yesterday of the video with the Jamaican lady that was gunned down in her house in Florida. Oh man, I could say so much about that. But shout out to the people who are linking me and saying, yeah, every time anything going on in Jamaica, any killing, you talk about it. But when we get killed over foreign, you don't say nothing about it. That's such a lie. That's such a lie. One person said, see here one story for you here. You act like Florida is heaven. Talk about this. Like it's something to be proud of. Oh, yes, them kill a Jamaican in a foreign. So Flo have something to talk about now other than Jamaicans getting killed in Jamaica. Damn. Damn. Your mind state is messed up. But anyway, let's continue to big up some people, then we get into all that. So Sexy Body is in the building this morning. Mr. Article Don is here. Teresa Lewis, Sir Alfred Benjamin, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. I am here as well. TB Ford, Lisa Watkins is in the building. Bob Cosmic is in the building. Andrea Humphrey is here. Charma the Star is in the building this morning. And Kim Wood is in the building along with Angela Powell. King Biggs, good morning, family. Fethia Griffiths is here. SXM721 is in the building. And Akitola 10 is in the building this morning. Anybody else I didn't call out, you already know what it is. Manners and respect, same way, right? All right, so let's get into our topic. Yesterday we did a premiere. A premiere is like a live, but you don't get to see me. We all get to watch the video at the same time and share our thoughts among each other, have a conversation while the video is being played through. Anybody watches it after that, they're watching a rerun or they're watching just a normal upload to them, right? So that's what the premiere is about. The premiere is kind of cool because it takes me away from having to talk to you like this. You can watch the video and I can enjoy watching the comments and talking to people as they watch it while it is uploading. I can't do that here. I have to talk here because if I was paying attention to every comment and answering it here, I wouldn't be able to talk. So that was a premiere. The internet wasn't too good. And I had a couple of people yesterday saying, don't worry, SouFlo, it's not your internet alone. All the internet on the South Coast or West Coast or East Coast, whatever, every live that I clicked on today was the same thing. It's buffering right through. So here we are. We're not buffering or anything. And it was Sir Alfred Benjamin that said yesterday, you better be live on Morning Thoughts because some Morning Thoughts people are going to be not too pleased because they're waiting for their morning thoughts, which is true because they normally hit me up on the phone. SouFlo, what? How come I haven't seen you? Shout out to the ones that check in on me and say, are you okay? I hope all is well. God bless you, and I hope to see you again sometime soon on the live, these kind of things. And then, of course, other people are like, man, where you at? You know, I fixed my cup of coffee and I was waiting for you and you didn't show up. So here I am. Here I am. And big up to Sir Alfred Benjamin for making that known. It kind of put an extra pep in my step to be here this morning. All right. Let's go with big up to Dancehall Mag, big up to Urban Islands. Shout out to them too right there. You know, I like to uplift my people as they uplift themselves. All right. So this one we're going to take from Dancehall Mag this morning. Jamaican broadcaster is now under fire after saying that Rihanna's dress. Before we even go any further, why is Rihanna's dress a problem? I'm not saying all Jamaicans because I'm Jamaican and I didn't have a problem with it. If y'all remember, when she got her crown award, elevated to the status of a national hero, I was here the very next morning, the night after, saying the dress. I remember I said the dress, and I said the dress was like Riri stepped out. She wasn't even like, yo, I'm gonna put a bra on. But just want two nipples. She's stepping out in all her woman glory, right? And I thought it was cool. I thought the dress was sexy. I thought she carried it off. Nobody is talking about how she went out there with a natural hairstyle, a natural black woman hairstyle versus fried, dyed, and laid to the side kind of thing. You know, she stepped out really like a national hero in that gold dress. Some reason it's a big issue among Jamaicans. Now, this is making us Jamaicans that really like Rihanna look bad because, they have this saying, you know, and I don't want them to be talking about us like that. Jamaicans, they're full of bad mind, you know. You see how they kill off their own people all the time. Them people don't have no love in their heart. So of course they have a problem. I don't have a problem. I'm Jamaican. I don't have a problem with the dress. But there are some people that have a problem. So Jamaican broadcaster under fire for saying that Rihanna's dress was inappropriate. Now, it's one thing when you say what you want to say behind the scenes, but if you have a platform and you are one of the prominent people in that industry, then you, of course, don't get away with just saying the dress was inappropriate. You have to keep your personal opinions to yourself. It's not a SouFLoTV. These people work for networks that pretty much control what they can and cannot say. They can't just get on there and be free-spirited. I get away with more than what they get away with saying. Some of what I say they can't say because it goes against the establishment. And I'm not part of the establishment, so I get to say. All right. Jamaicans and several dancehall artists are not taking too kindly to the criticism that was made by veteran broadcaster and cultural commentator Faye Ellington about the right, excellent Robin Rihanna Fenty, who was made a national hero by Barbados on Wednesday. Ellington told the Weekend Star that it was most appropriate, it was most inappropriate, referring to Fenty Beauty founder Rihanna's $2,700 orange Bottega. I don't even follow these brands. So me over here, I say Versace with a B, Versace. I know the knockoff them. I say Versace and somebody says it's not Versace, SouFLo, it's with a V, Versace, whatever. All right. Faye Ellington told the Star that the dress that Rihanna wore was most inappropriate. And she was referring to the Fenty Beauty founder's $2,700 orange Bottega Veneta halter dress. I didn't know it was orange. It did look gold to me. With an open back and no appearance of a bra, which she wore to Barbados Republic ceremony held in Bridgetown on Tuesday. All her boobs were just jumping up and down in the frock, is what Ellington said. All her boobs was just jumping up and down in the frock. The former news anchor speculated as to whether Rihanna was aware of her national honor prior to turning up at the public ceremony. So she is she's saying, did somebody warn her? Did somebody tell her that she was going to be awarded? She's going to have to walk across the stage. The cameras are going to be on her. Did somebody tell her, maybe hint her to dress appropriately for the occasion? That's what she has said. Oh man, prior to turning up to the public, she may not have known that the announcement was going to be made, that she was going to be given the high honor of national. Stop the foolishness, Faye. You don't have a huge star like Rihanna. I don't think Faye Ellington understands. Like, some people don't rate your powers. They don't rate your they don't rate your platform. They don't rate your pulling power. They don't rate you as a person. Like, yeah, you're famous, but you're only famous for skin out your pum pum. Are you famous, but you're only famous for that one song then? Are you? It's not like, oh, you're a famous artist. No, you're famous in a dance hall. Can I just say I'm an artist? Can I just say I'm a famous artist? Can you respect that? So I don't think she understands the magnitude of Rihanna. All right, and I don't think she understands that Rihanna is like a whole conglomerate and a machine within herself, a brand. There's a whole team that goes with this Rihanna that you see. So what you mean? You think Rihanna is going to get on a private jet, fly to Barbados, end up at this ceremony, cut all her schedule for this ceremony, and not know that she's going to be awarded national hero? Stop it. And you, as a seasoned journalist and former news anchor, you put this out there. I wonder if them did tell her that she gonna get awarded. Maybe she didn't know. Maybe she was just passing through. Maybe she was coming from a dinner occasion, an intimate setting with friends and whatever. Maybe she had come from a party, a wind down. Maybe she had coming from Lyman with she friends. Maybe she coming from, she never know, she never understand. That's how Faith come across with it. She may not have known that the announcement was going to be made, that she was going to be given the high honor of national hero. But at the same time, going into a function like that is inappropriate. I know she is pop culture and all of that, but there is a time and a place for everything, man. Dancehall hitmaker Sham, Baby Sham, wow. Baby Sham, formerly known as, or Sham, who is formerly known as Baby Sham, wrote in an Instagram post and says, if you're gonna mind your own faith, you're gonna mind your own business. Several other people joined in on Twitter to condemn Miss Ellington's comments, with one person saying, no disrespect still in, but who asked? That's why Jamaica is Jamaica. And another person said, this is the reason why we will never be a republic. People like them there, we think that them too bright. One of Ellington's supporters wrote, Auntie Faye never told a lie. So she has a lot of people that are supporting her as well, that are saying she's not telling no lie. The dress was inappropriate. The girl never dressed right for the occasion. So what if she says that? Heads High DJ Mr. Vegas penned a lengthy Instagram post declaring that Rihanna's dress was a symbol of the African queen who will no longer bow to the European queen. I'm guessing he's talking about the European standards of dressing, how they tell you to dress, and all these other things. Yep, Rasha Jada, of all people, Faye Ellington. Remember, I'm telling you all about these gatekeepers, because that's how the system's set up. And those who are from the old establishment, that's why Jamaica politics stay where it stays. And as I say, I'll be a senior citizen in there. Kai's back. I'll be a senior citizen in there. It's an old boys club, right? And few old girls in there as well. They bring on the new ones, but they teach the new ones to act like the old ones. So there isn't any fresh ideas, new ways of doing things, modernized, stepping into the future, moving forward kind of thing. They're not into that. They want to keep it aristocratic and they want to keep it elderly, per se. That means they tell you how to dress. Now go cover up yourself and come back looking like this. I have to approve how you dress, kind of thing. The dress without sleeves was deliberate. This is Mr. Vega speaking. Mr. Vega said the dress without sleeves was deliberate. This style of dressing was forbidden in places such as places of worship, courthouses, etc. The color of the dress represents the earth where the African woman comes from, and a testament that everybody came from that black woman. The breasts without bra signifies birth, the birth of a nation, and we will no longer feed our children. You will no longer feed our children. Her hair, locks, represents the serpent, wisdom, electricity, strength. Hold that in on the face, oppressors and black overseers. He continued. I'll know Jamaica to make Bob Marley a national hero because he had too many kids out of wedlock and because him smoked too much weed, and yet still they use him to sell the island to tourists, and I might add, into a billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. In response to the backlash coming from Jamaicans, Ellington cheekily tweeted yesterday, there are people in the social media space who believe that only their views matter. Dissenting views won't let me cower. By the way, I hear that starting at midnight, all TV news anchor program representatives and reporters will be discarding most of their wardrobe, she added. Even the one to highlight protocol perhaps or comments on traditions and appropriateness. In 2017, why? Why can't Rihanna just wear fear dress and underwear what Uno want to wear? Why you have to take it there? By the way, I hear that as of midnight tonight, all news anchors and media people will be abandoning their ever the one to highlight protocols, perhaps, or comment on traditions and appropriateness. In 2017, Faye Ellington took dancehall singer Shauna to task for her own comments on the bandana, insisting that Jamaicans needed to be re-educated on the significance of the national fabric, per the Jamaica Gleaner. Shauna had posted a risque, y'all remember that? You know, remember that when Aishana did post the picture with pretty much in the same outfit that Miss Lou had on, but Aishana own was kind of risque. You're talking about Aishana here. So she had posted a risque picture on Instagram with the caption, "Me not dressing a tablecloth like Miss Lou." And then she says, RIP, hashtag RIP Miss Lou. The broadcaster, which is Faye Ellington, joined a legion of critics who slammed Aishana and said, "I believe that popularity can make monsters out of some of us. And when that is coupled with ignorance, you can make you utter complete nonsense. Because you are popular does not mean that you are informed." She has no idea that it is the national fabric and something should be done about our young people who are influential to others. Something should be done about our young people who are influential to others. Me not miss words. Something should be done about our young people who are influential to others. What you think Faye was suggesting? What do you think Faye was suggesting? Faye was suggesting that something should be done about our young people who are influential to others. In other words, if you are influential to others, then you should be controlled. If you are influential to others, you should be controlled and you should be used to influence others only in the way that the old boys club wants you to influence others. You must push their agenda. Talk up the Aphrodite. A young people time now. It's young people time now. I pray to God I don't get old or older and turn into one of these kind of people. You know, get out the way, get and enjoy the show. Get out of the way and enjoy the damn show. When it was your time, your parents had to get out the way and enjoy the show, or your parents were fighting you because you were of a different generation. You were stepping further into the future, right? And I'm sure you didn't think it was okay or nice. I'm sure you would have appreciated their support. So why? Why stand in the way now? Why all this drama now? To take steps. She had no idea that it is national fabric and something should be done about our young people who are influential to others. To take steps and liberty of Miss Lou, a national icon that made the Jamaican patois that you are using acceptable both locally and internationally is a disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself, she said to Aishana on a national platform. She further told the Jamaican Gleaner that it, the bandana, distinguishes me as a Jamaican who feels proud about my Jamaicanness. It's a beautiful fabric and it can be worn from casual right up to gown for formal occasions. Now, before me read this any further, y'all, I learned something from that because I didn't know that we had a national fabric. I know we have a national bird, which is our Dr. Bird, hummingbird. I know we have a flag, our national flag. I know we have our dish, our national dish, which is ackee and saltfish. I know them things that me never know, so we did have a national fabric as well. And I don't want to be the one that's wrong. I say I learned something new from that. However, in the context of how Aishana had worn it, remember, I know Rihanna just we are talking about, because that conversation goes deep. But in the context of how Aishana had worn it, if you have a piece of plaid dress, let's be honest and let's be real. And I've told y'all many times before that Miss Lou is one of the people I respect to the fullest. Me used to sit down and watch them something there because she did make patois in a time when they were telling you, don't speak like that. Oh, you speak so bad. Learn to speak English properly. Miss Lou used to come out with, then I wish part no they go. And it at that time it had the upper echelons of society like, oh my God, Jesus. Is this what she's teaching the people? So even she was controversial back in her own time while she was trying to uplift our culture, while she was trying to teach us that don't run away from patois, don't shy away and have people thinking make you feel like you are inferior to them because this is how you were taught to speak while you were growing up and you know how to speak it. Honor it. Honor where it comes from. Who came up with this language that we speak? It is a language unto itself that has a couple of other languages in it. And one of them language where we did make up to confuse the slave master them when we are planning with like a rebellion and them something there. When we say we don't run well later and them kind of something there. So be proud of it. Be proud of all that came from it, who it came from and everything. That was Miss Lou. See? And I grew up in that time. And I was a little youth them time there sit down and watch Miss Lou on TV, God bless her soul. But when I Shauna wore it, she didn't mean to say she take the bandana and she modernized it and she used it in a sexy and a liberating way for women. Miss Lou had to dress how Miss Lou did dress. You understand? Now this is deep. Miss Lou had to dress how Miss Lou did dress. If Miss Lou was in her younger days, 20 something, and she say, yes, I'm gonna do this and make patwa the thing, and she came out in some pom-pom shorts with that piece of bandana wrap like a little sarong around half of it, even though that's how people look at the beach. And even worse, because Missy Batija clap at the beach, straight G-string. Nobody says anything. But if someone takes that from the beach to social media, then it's, oh my God, and so disgusting and all this. But you at the beach, you seeing it. Okay, time and place for everything, SouFlo. The beach is very public. Everybody and their mother out there. The little picnic them out there that are no taller than right where that G-string starts and stops. So it's right in their island, eyesight, vision, whatever. So you dictating how women should dress. That's been happening all throughout history. The woman has always had to dress how men want them to dress. How rulers of a network want her to dress before she's able to get that part and these kind of things. So I Shauna step out. I Shauna say, well, this is what my version of this thing is. And big up to Miss Lou same way, but me not dress like no Miss Lou. Not in this time. You know what I was gonna say, and I have to say it before I forget it. Somehow not only married, right? To say, oh, I've been married 30 years. You've probably been getting 30 years a bun. You probably listen to me. Listen to me. You've probably been getting 30 years of bun. I guess some people married just and them staying at the marriage and it's so depressing in there, but they smile anyways and think this is marriage, so I'm gonna stick it out till I die. Right? You've probably been getting 30 years of bun. It's you who see a next woman and her nipple sharp and I cut out the dress front. She's just a woman. When did it, where in creation did it say you must tie down your breast to where your nipples can't show through your clothes? Then women that are extra curvy, they want these women to wear extra big bag clothes because they're mad about the woman's curviness. But a MAGA woman wear the same dress and nobody is offended. Nice dress. Quite right for the occasion. But when Miss Big Body 20 something, 60, like, me don't remember the measurements then, 32, 24, 48, something like that. When she come in the same dress, everybody is, oh my God, that's so inappropriate. Look, she couldn't put on a brassiere. Look on her nipple them. They don't even hear she's 33. She's accomplished way more than you, and you double her age. Wait, she's 33. She is pretty much self-made because it's off her own talents and skills. She didn't go through the system as in go to school, get a degree, go up the hill, climb, go beg somebody for a job, work at the hotel, do this, clean room, serve while doing this, and barely make enough to survive and think. Another thing I have to big up Rihanna for before I even go any further is I saw pictures of her yesterday and her two besties. She and two friends. She's had the same two friends since she was 11 years old. Morning, you're live on the air with SouFlo.
Morning, my SouFlo.
Good morning, family. Welcome.
Me have the car, me cracks.
Wait there. Talk up, no man. Oh, go on.
Boy, make it, I am so disappointed in Faye.
Talk
You
no.
know, women are, I'm realizing that more than ever that women are women's worst enemies. Because right now, Faye, I tell my little old dull machine and dull file, and I took down Rihanna.
Yes. Yes. Neatly.
You know when you can't cut nothing good with dull machine,
Mm-hmm.
and so she had chopped down Rihanna. But if she going to have problem with Rihanna's dress and Rihanna's breast, why she not have no problem with the coat of arms, with the naked breast them out the door where they can every all of our documents. Even if you go to scan in a document at the JP, the seal that is being sealed. Come on, man. Why she not happy say Barbados stop from curb master? Why she not happy say Barbados stop from being putting up the appearance as of the house slave?
Talk no.
No,
Yes,
the way
man.
I'm class, me nervous,
Talk
Fear was
man.
one of my favorite persons, who supposedly holding up culture and strength of the Jamaican people and Jamaican women and all these things. And I fear upon chop down the girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In a them way there.
No, I can't deal with it at all. Nothing at all.
But
Why saying I
exactly
have
what you
problem with
said.
the crime? We're saying I have problem with the crime. We are killing the majority of our women.
Talk no.
Women are the mothers.
Of the
Women
nation.
are of life.
Mm-hmm.
No, women life can't come.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing before we go, because you don't want to cuss or start representing mother side women to cuss on the show.
All right.
They, you have to give flowers to people when they deserve it. You see that speech that we said about something in Vegas
Mm-hmm.
is one of the most sensible things we ever hear since the incident with the man from Spanish Crew. It was like him and get back himself.
I true. That's why I made have to read it out.
I'm saying to you, Sophia, when I heard you read that, I started having chills.
Mm-hmm. Deep down.
Everything went there, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw it go.
Same way so.
And as a matter of fact, the dress never looked orange to me. It had an African earth tone that Africans like to wear. And it almost looks like the line cloth that the Himba tribe in Africa wears.
Right. Right.
Strength and power. And because me say me a fly, me a not live man, I would fly no man.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
Me
disappointed in
ever
her
teach
too.
my little granddaughter when me get a granddaughter about me, that she has no one she come emulate me and Motley. Strength, power. Next year go sit down.
Same so. Big up yourself.
Good morning and goodbye.
All right. Straight. No corners. She she talking straight. Exactly what I was gonna get to. Exactly what I was gonna get to. I don't see these people like Faith, for instance. Me no see her lead no march or nothing. I say in the face of the prime ministers and the leaders of these communities, elected officials, where people are dead like dog, especially women are being raped, molested, beaten, kidnapped, dragged away, tab up, shut up, chop up, all these things on a regular basis. It's not like, oh, it happened in Jamaica 6 months ago. Oh my God, and it happened again. It literally is happening every day. And as a woman and a woman of power, you would think that she could use her platform and her voice, right? About something like that. So these are the things that I be saying sometimes when you hear me say Jamaicans are always majoring in minor. And because we spend so much energy majoring in minor, the real issues always pass us by. But I think Faye is like, so she's been in the inside for so long. You know when you've been a puppet for so long that you don't even know you're a puppet anymore? You just go with the parts like you think you're moving your own parts now because somebody else been moving it for the longest for you. You have to fall in line. Remember, I know. Remember, and it's no disrespect to her. She came up in another time, and you know how it did stay in at the other time. Certain skin color, if you never match the paper bag, you couldn't come in here. And then you have to be the paper bag color, they are lighter, and this and that. You never hear her say, oh, dark skinned women need to be brought forward into the limelight as well. Just like when my girl, the win the other day, the Clarendon girl, dark skin, I forgot her name, with the afro and everything, went all the way up to almost being Miss World, and then she got snubbed. You never see she come out and say, what a beautiful thing, and this, and congratulations, and they go quiet. They go quiet. I think she's of the old establishment and she tends to defend it. So what happened here was Barbados just actually made Jamaica look really bad. Here are the depths of this. Instead of rejoicing and putting out good comments, they have to demonize something about that situation that happened there to deflect. Because here what? We have a saying, you see? And the saying says, them not go rate you till who them rate start rate you. When them see who them rate you is when they might start rating you. Publicly anyways. So Rihanna has made it known over and over again that Bob Marley is like her hero. She put him on her clothes. Also Buju Banton, and she put them on her clothes and she wears them. Remember, I know this is Rihanna we're talking about. I don't know if people understand that these people don't just pick up anything and put it on and wear go outside. She could end up outside in Nike, and it would be a bad look for her Fenty brand and a good look for Nike. Nike making free money off of her, free advertisement, because there'd be millions of girls running to go say, yes, I want that dress that Rihanna had on. Who makes it? Oh, it's right here in the Nike store. Nike sell 1 million of the dress at $50 a piece, 50 million gone out the door. That's how powerful it is. So they think before they put on what they put on. If she put on a dress for an event, she normally names who the person is that designed the dress, made the dress, whatever. There's a reason behind that. See? Same thing up front now. So I think Rihanna making it known that people like Buju Banton and Bob Marley, these rebels, soul rebels, they're actually her heroes. She put them on her clothes, she wear them to big events. She's not afraid to be seen in it. Go look up the picture of them. I have a lot of them. To see her get national hero. And she have put Bob Marley on her clothes, who we've been saying for the longest deserve the national hero recognition as well. Because let's be fair, they use the hell out of Bob Marley image. They use the hell out of Bob Marley's image. The same image that they did not like, and the same image the establishment still does not like today. If you don't believe me, tell your son to grow out him here, look how Bob Marley did look, and go into one of these or any of these places that he is highly qualified or overqualified to be employed at, and see what happens. They don't like it because it's not how you're supposed to look for them, what it represents also for them. When somebody did a close-up the other day, y'all remember that? They did a close-up of that brooch that is on the Governor General's sash. And there is one also that Andrew wear the same brooch. Come and do my close-up on his after the person did the close-up on the Governor General's sash, the brooch. And this is a brooch that was handed to them by the Queen of England. The Queen, when she knights them, right? When they're knighted and them get a brooch there and them wear that brooch there. When we zoom in and look at the brooch and we saw, what did we see on the brooch? Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember what you saw on the brooch? Come and feel like me I talk to an audience that don't know this. What, at least one person tell me what you saw on the brooch and why the brooch fit in now. The brooch had the same brooch with the path and BM neck. Exactly. Let me say it out loud for you then. Because we can't say that. We're not cursing anybody. On the brooch, it has a white woman standing on the neck of a black man laying down on the ground, spread out. This is the brooch that they wear. And trust me, people like Faye Ellington, they know what's on that brooch. Them see it up close before. Remember when we found out about it, it was around the same time that the big protest was going on in America because a policeman didn't turn up on a man neck over here. Remember that? Turn up, kneel down on him neck and kill him in front of everybody. Even when people were saying, yo, get off him now, he can't breathe, he can't breathe. The man looked and laughed and said, and killed him, right? We're talking about George Floyd. So when we found out about that brooch, is the same way the significance of it became, it was like, wow, wow. So this is like a sacrificial ceremony kind of thing. Basically, it was like, if you're taking a knee, I'm going to take a knee on your neck. And they're trained to go along with that system, especially those who are up in age in the same industry for however long, right? So you never heard her talk about anything like that. Nothing empowering as in moving us forward. It has to be with the status quo. So in one sense, I'm not surprised that she did that. But in another sense, I'm kind of like disappointed that she did. But then again, how she did drag Aishana, that was a whole other thing. I just didn't know she would come out this strong, but she come out strong. Sonia Johnson says, SouFlo, I want to think that Faye meant that they should be knowledgeable about Jamaica. We welcome her voice regarding the violence, the young girls taken away from the families, but leave Rihanna alone. Yeah, we want to think. We want to think, but that's not what it is. She clearly stated what it is. She said it is inappropriate. It was much inappropriate. Those are her words, right? It was much inappropriate, or as the words were printed here. It was much inappropriate. And not only that, she went further to try to clown her. Like, I wonder if maybe she never know that I wonder if they told her ahead of time that she was going to be given this award. She knew very well what she was doing. So we have to stop make excuses for people, because when we make excuses for them, we help them to keep these walls up. They're mad. They're upset that the situation in Barbados removing the Queen as their head of state, highlighted by a mega star like Rihanna becoming also a national hero. One of the callers that called in the other day, he said, SouFlo, think about this, no brand, right? But what other island has somebody that's a brand that they can actually sell? I know in every Jamaican restaurant across the US that I've ever been to, a Bob Marley picture in there. In every Jamaican business I've been to in the US or anywhere else, especially in Europe, a Bob Marley picture is in there. And some Rasta colors and them kind of thing, the red, green, and gold and them thing there, and Jamaican flag somewhere or something like that. Yeah, baby? You good? Kai's back, y'all. So when we break the chain of thought is because Kai's trying to talk to me and I don't want to ignore him. But yes, so Faye has to uphold the status quo. And that's what she's doing. Highly disappointed in her, but not surprised. That's what I should say. But them vex because Barbados have them a look away. Barbados have them looking away because now it's stirring up conversations globally. You have to understand, whoever is Rihanna's hero, more than likely, her followers see all that, and that's their interest as well. So the talk of Bob Marley becoming a national hero, I would have loved for Faith to have lent her voice to that. I would have loved for her to have lent her voice to that instead of her going on about Rihanna's dress and how inappropriate it was. She's right. You are entitled to your opinions and your views. And I'm not going to be one of those people that act like your opinion don't matter, but at the same time. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFlo. How are you?
I'm good, family. How you doing?
Good. It's funny. Jamaica is such an island of contradictions. We have the most churches, but then we also have the highest murder rate. You know, we are very traditional, but then we're the skin out capital of the world. We have to make up our mind who we want to be, right? Now, when it comes to Rihanna, I think Jamaica needs to mind its own island business because there's a lot to deal with there. We don't really have time for Barbados, who has a better economy than we do, whose murder rate is way lower than ours is. We don't really have time to worry about them and their business. We have a lot to do. That's number one. When it comes to not saying that there shouldn't be appropriateness, right? I haven't seen Aishana's dress. When it comes to the national fabric, yes, I don't believe you can just go and wear it however and all that kind of stuff. Modernize it, but make it appropriate, right? We cannot become a culture where any and everything go. Well, we've become that already. We can't really promote that any and everything goes. You have to have a standard. Every culture has a standard, and that's fine. Sure. But these people who are at the top, I realize more and more how disconnected and out of touch they are with the masses of Jamaica. It's almost like they're a whole island and culture unto themselves. You know what I mean? It's really, really amazing to hear. I don't remember which one, one of the parliamentarians who was there having party during the lockdown days, saying that, you know, JLP isn't perfect, but you know, we've done a lot or something like. I'm like, done a lot what? What are you talking about? About around security and Andrew Holman said we've done a lot around security. Where? Like, what are you talking about? You know, it's like they are really, really delusional. You know, and Jamaica has to be careful because, as I said before, the culmination of the things we do will mark and write the future of the island. You know, and we have to focus on crime. We have to focus on these other things. These people are completely. I wish we could just rule this gut parliament out and just put fresh people in. Jamaica, as I said, was a leader, and Jamaica is becoming like every other island. I'm not saying every other island is whatever, but Jamaica was a leader. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Bob Marley should have been a national hero a long time. Long time. Miss Lou should have been a national hero a long time. Long time. Mutabaruka is alive. Mutabaruka is alive, and he should have been hailed Jamaica's national poet laureate a long time. Long time. Long time. Long time. But it's like we badmind the gems that we produce, and until the rest of the world catch on, like, oh yeah, they come from here. When Marcus Garvey was alive, Jamaica scorned Marcus Garvey, and that's why Marcus Garvey left and started his revolution in the United States, right? When Bob Marley was alive, we scorned him. Who shot the sheriff? Who shot Bob Marley? It was another Jamaican in Jamaica. So we have to look at the things that we do. We produce amazing people, but we don't give them their credit and give them their flowers. And I have to big up Barbados because they gave her her flowers while she's here. Multiple Tabarukas are alive now. Give me his flowers before he leave out. That's it. Big talk. Thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. That's one of them callers where every time they call, you just don't say nothing. You just listen. I thank her so much for being a part of this platform. On point and very eloquently spoken. Straight to it. Well said. No hot price, not in our mouth. You heard everything she said. Not true? These are the points that I'm trying to make. These the part what me not really agrees with still is, because you know, I agree with everything what everybody said. It is just not normal. What, Papa? Help you fix it? Okay, bring it so I can help you. The part where the cloth. Like me say, I didn't know about the cloth before, the national cloth, and when Aishana turned it in a bandana and put it to our outfit, I didn't know about it. Good morning, you're live on the air with SouFLo.
Hey, good morning, SouFLo. Love you.
Good morning, family.
I'm calling from Barbados first.
Oh, awesome. Barbados is in the building.
Thank you. Now, people need to understand about Rihanna. A lot of people don't understand it, right? But there's a big problem when it comes to women and how women dress. I believe that a woman can be able to dress however she feels like dressing. It doesn't matter because women are beautiful. They produce everyone on earth, especially men. Now, when it comes to Rihanna, I said to someone this morning that Rihanna is the richest Jamaican of Barbados in Barbados. Somebody said no, she's not. Me, I'm not talking about people from Europe or people from Australia that come into the Caribbean.
Why you sound so muffled? Ali says you sound muffled, and you do. Why do you sound so muffled? If maybe you're too close to the phone or you have us on speed. I don't know. We're trying to hear you.
Okay, how about now?
Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, cool, right? Like I said, let me start back. A lot of people don't understand Rihanna, right? Here in Barbados, you have some people that say, well, yeah, you know, she shouldn't be there, she shouldn't be that. But then the majority of people are saying, yes, she should be. Because when you have a young lady that at that age that accomplished so much in her life so far, left a small little island in the Caribbean and went overseas and touched the whole world. And me knowing Rihanna and knowing people that know Rihanna, everywhere Rihanna goes in the world, she always speaks on the Caribbean. Not only Barbados, she always speaks on the Caribbean. She loves Jamaica. She loves Bob Marley. She loves Buja Banton. She loves, trust me, she loves the Caribbean people. It's not just Barbados, and people need to understand that, right? But then you have a lot of older people that are set in their ways and they believe that, oh, you should be this and she should dress like that. A woman should be able to dress however she wants to dress, when she wants to dress. It doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? You don't judge people from how they dress, especially women, but a lot of people have a problem with that. Or she dressed too sexy, this dress is too short, this is that. Is a woman. We all came from women.
And they should be allowed to celebrate their womanness, right?
Right. And the beauty. We all care from women. Men, and then you have some men, you find a lot of men that talk the nonsense. But then they still love seeing the women in their beauty, right? Right or wrong?
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of petty stuff. I believe that she deserves to be a national hero. So along with a lot of people, majority of people here in Barbados, you know, you're gonna find a lot of negativity from people from certain places. Look, people here in Barbados love Jamaica if you don't know, boss. The whole world loves Jamaica. Everybody in the world knows Bob Marley. Everybody knows Buja Banton. I remember when I grew up in New York from a little boy. I'm Bajan. I remember when I grew up in New York from a little boy. I ran into Buja Banton and Shabba Ranks and all them guys, and all them guys used to come through New York and big up Jamaica. But they used to big up the whole Caribbean. Anytime the artists come to Barbados, they get the full utmost respect in the world. It's a Caribbean thing. It's not just a Barbados thing or whatever, right? We need to support each other, get away from this monarchy nonsense, get from under the queen, and let's do our own thing and come together as a Caribbean and build our people up.
Amen.
Have our own nation, do our own thing, make our own money so that we don't have to depend on America, England, Canada, or no place else. Everyone leaves where they're from in the world and come to the Caribbean to enjoy themselves. And we have the beauty and have everything here that we need, but don't recognize it. You understand?
Yeah.
They pay thousands of dollars just to come to Jamaica and Barbados and all the Caribbean countries just to get a little sunlight and enjoy our beaches. But we have it here, but we are fighting among each other about things that we already have here.
True.
Enjoy life, man. Life is short.
Amen.
And I believe all the Caribbean people, don't matter where you're from, all of us need to get together as one and pull together as one. And all the governments that run these Caribbean countries need to sit down at the table. Forget everything else. Forget America, England, Canada, all the big European countries. Sit down together as a Caribbean country, and say, look, what can we do to make ourselves better? And when we do that, then Caribbean people are going to have the pride to realize that we don't have to go no place else in the world to find happiness. You know, look, when we look at it, right? We look at the Caribbean and we see all the heroes and the people that come from the Caribbean, Marcus Garvey, you see him. We have the greatest people in the world coming out of the Caribbean.
Facts.
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know, even if it's Caribbean heritage. When you go back to the history of America and England and Canada, we have so much great people.
Yes.
Embrace that.
Amen.
But you see, you got to understand they need to start teaching this in school. Because they don't teach it in school. So therefore you find a lot of people in the Caribbean that don't have the Caribbean pride. I have the Caribbean pride. I love my Caribbean people. I don't care where you're from, boss. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're from the smallest. I don't care. I love my Caribbean people. Period.
One Caribbean family, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Correct. So stop depending on other people on the outside to give us the validation that, yeah, you know, this is that. You know what I mean? I mean, white people love the Caribbean more than basically some black people love their own Caribbean. Think about it.
True. Very true.
That's why they come here.
Very true.
You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So people have to sit back and embrace it and say, you know what, look, we all are one. Everybody imperfect. Rihanna is young.
Mm-hmm.
She's a young girl. Do people really sit back and understand what she accomplished in her little young life?
I don't think they do.
She set records that the Beatles and Elvis Presley and Michael, she did so much things in her little young life to represent the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying to you? To represent the Caribbean. I mean, we just became republic, and I think all the other Caribbean countries should at least push forward and stand together, have each other back so that we won't fall, so that we will get together, allow our Caribbean people to leave from one shore and come to the next free of choice. When I say free of choice, I mean without any hassle. And so we can promote each other, you know, culture and each other, you know, little things that we have going on, foods and, you know, whatever we have going on. Right. This is how we are going to do it as one. Don't have the separation thing where this is Jamaica, this is Barbados, and this is St. Lucia, and this is Trinidad. And that's the problem with a lot of people. We need to get together and start pulling things together and start pulling it as one. And that's what I believe. All right, boss, I didn't need to take your time, to take up all your time, but, you know, thanks for hearing me out.
Well said. Respect, okay? I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Anytime, boss. Thanks. All right.
Well said. Well said. Haven't I said that before, though, about the uniting of if all the Caribbean just united? We talked about this before, right? Unity will be in our strength. But all I've heard is Trinidad don't like Jamaica, Jamaica don't like Trinidad, Barbados, this, Antigua, that, Grenada, Bermuda, that. And I'm like, man, we have so much infighting. I myself would love to go island hopping with no problems and to know that that's how it is for all of us, right? But it doesn't work like that. I'm not saying that when you say Trinidad don't like Jamaica and Jamaica don't like Trini, it's not on the ground because my good friend them was Trini for the longest, as far as I didn't even have Jamaican friends. I was around like Trinidadians for a long time. So I know that it's not on the ground. It's some politics stuff. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. All right.
Yes, SouFLo. Bless up yourself, my general.
My lord, turn down your device and at the back there because it's echoing.
I realize so that's what happened from this, you know.
All right, blessings. Morning. Wagwan.
Yeah, man, manners and respect. You know, I just there, I just keep my little few cents on the situation.
See.
Based on what I listen still, you would have sound like a little case of jealousy, Miss Ellington, you know, develop still, you know. You don't know more than a life and your achievements, them. People say what's the achievements them when you start looking at it away. You look at it and say them look at you can't believe so them to achieve such a tremendous amount of accolades, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you have to just realize it's just life.
Same way.
Yeah.
Same way.
And you know, so in a earth, my general, like everybody, you have people with a lot like people. That no means Jamaicans and Trinity can't get along. You don't know the Caribbean come down. The whole of we are one on a level. But you don't know people go have difference of opinion at times, right?
Facts. But that's what I say. It's more like a political thing than anything else. Somebody will push that agenda because on the ground for me, I never have that problem. I never run into nobody from any other island that ever said or expressed hate towards me once them find out that I am a Jamaican. It's always love.
Exactly. Yeah, so like I've never experienced any situation such as that either. But everybody has inspiration them.
Right.
Now, on the basis of our national heroes, saying like from the CIA, from the CIA agent, they come and confess that why them set up Bob Marley and whatever, what have you. Just based off of film interview alone, them should have looked on that in another light. Them not for wait on another Caribbean country to do stuff. To start make some statement towards what our country do, because in our reality, it seems like we just watch everybody and a follower everybody I do to make our next move. You understand what I say?
Real talk.
Yeah, so I just them.
All right. Big up yourself, my brother. I know I'm gone, but yeah, real talk. So we are majoring in minor as usual, right? And all the things that need to be at the forefront of this is not at the forefront of this. Again, a distraction, a big distraction. This is how we are programmed to think and then easily distracted. Once they get your mind going in music and entertainment and frivolous conversations and who dead today again and who for man break up with who for and who is sleeping with who and all the trivial stuff, and then they sideline and and distract you. Like right now, we're having a real conversation about Bob Marley actually being, and I'm telling y'all, if Jamaican people don't unite on this and start speaking up and even get some outside help, Bob ain't getting that award or that acknowledgement. Morning, fam, live on the air. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, bro. Big up yourself and big up everybody for the life.
Yes, my brother. Welcome.
Yo, that thing when me hear about it, I said to myself, say, how is Rihanna just of relevance to us Jamaicans more than even the actual act that she got to be a heroine at such a young age.
Right.
Because even like prior to like before this whole thing, like I saw the pictures and everything, and me never see nothing wrong. I don't know if me that look for something else why me never see said that she never have on a sleeve on the dress, but she was okay for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Me never like I'm a man. Me like woman. Me like when woman look good, but me never did that look so far. So like I saw them eye better than my one or something like that. Why them see something wrong with her dress?
Them did focus on the wrong things, man. Them focus on the nipples.
On the wrong thing, brother.
Them did focus on the nipples, brother.
Yo, and me hear you say something about Rihanna being a brand and the type of clothes and whatever she wear. I don't remember if you know about that story where I think one of our friends went to I want to think it was Barbados or some Caribbean country, right? And bought a bathing suit from a lady that does crochet work, or if I saw them call it. You know when the knitting thing.
Yeah.
All right. So the lady bought a bathing suit from a lady that hand makes them. She bought it for Rihanna's birthday, I think.
Right.
And Rihanna wore it and took a picture in it.
It was a bathing suit. Remember?
Yeah.
Hand crocheted bathing suit.
And you remember what happened out of that whole thing?
The
lady got so many orders, her whole life changed.
Yes.
When they found out that she was the one that made it.
Right.
So that's just how powerful the girl is and her brand itself. You know what I mean? Like just by somebody gifting her something to change somebody's life. For the positive. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And with this happening to Rihanna, is a great thing where a lot of young girls can look forward and know, say, yo, we can do this too. You
exactly.
know what I mean? You may not become a hero, but you can be a great asset to your nation and not just a body.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because in this day and age, based on a lot of things where women themselves have done and put themselves in a lot of women now get the respect where them used to get back in the days. Somewhere, especially because of social media. So if it is something positive like this, how happen for a female, we will be glad for it, brother, and don't hear it up.
Exactly, brother. Exactly.
And one of the lady we call says something which is very important, and that's something we always say, is that women are one of the biggest enemies. Even in a
how them tear down each other, right?
Even a woman dancehall industry.
How they tear down each other.
Yeah, even a woman dancehall industry. You hear them ball and say the male them fight them and them have to do this and that we bust, but no boss. Instead of you elevate the one and make it out and make it to the top, you tear them down. Look how them deal with Chelsea, look how them deal with Spice.
The same one them.
You get what I mean? All right. Instead of say yes, my glad said the Chelsea do this. Chelsea just in a mobile award. How much humanity I can get later. The first, you get what I said?
Yeah.
The first dancehall female to win. You see nobody I congratulate, no one I congratulate. I be a man you say I congratulate her.
Big up Shansia for that. I never know she went on mobile. I know say Lila IK was in the running for it along with.
I think a lot. Yeah, I think it was last night them do the show. So women, brother, they need to do better and support themselves because the fight where they might get it from them one another more than anybody else.
True.
Nobody nitpicks like women, bro. Nobody nitpicks like women because if you even on social media, if you see a woman post a picture and you see the man them like it's a woman underneath it that say, "Me not like her dress, her makeup could have do better, or why she wear that shade of lipstick there, her eyelash them longy, or look when I told them I hang over her slippers like them see everything bad instead of see the good."
Exactly.
And they need to do better, bro.
True
but
talk.
Anyway, congrats to Rihanna again. And on the thing about being the getting from under the Queen, I don't think Jamaica is ready for that yet. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to the economy first before they can even think about that.
Facts. Big up yourself.
And yeah, brother, I don't know when the government are ready to make that move there, but there's a lot
like next to never. Like for Jamaica to remove the Queen as head of state, you don't know when. Like next to never.
Brother, that makes it too. But anyway, bless up yourself.
Big up and bless up here. Good morning. You're live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Sir.
Hello?
Yes, I just want to invite you, sir.
Yeah, speak clearly into the phone, please, so we can hear you, brother. Because you're live on the air.
I'm here like to say that at the end of the day, right, I feel that we are talking about reality stuff. And you guys don't even realize that you're going to that side of the world.
Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you clearly. We can't hear you clearly. We cannot hear you clearly. I don't know if you have to like back up from the phone or.
Yeah, I was just saying that at the end of the day, Rihanna is making a solid protest and nobody seems to see it.
Talk about it.
You know, I'm saying to you, says that here's a country that's taken off the shackles of colonialism. And, you know, she's representing the new Caribbean. She's not just representing our country, she's representing Black people around the world who have been in the struggle for how many generations to take off the shackle of colonialism. Black people are not poor in this world. You know what I'm saying? If we were poor, why is it that all these big corporations are doing their very best to take advantage of us? You know what I'm saying? Why is the Queen trying to hold on to the old ways? Why are these people that are in the place of power trying their best to come out of the back? Sure, still representing the colonial ways.
You're swimming, caller. You're swimming. Come back up. You're gone underwater again. We're loving your talk, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm just asking where of today still represents the ways. And I'm willing to take off the shackles of slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it hurts my heart to see the different Black people that are in places of power, you know what I'm saying, going to places like America or the first world countries and literally walking with their hands out begging. You know, we have so many talented and innovative people out here that if they would just even put 5% of their attention to them, they would make us all look good.
Facts. So we're not nurturing
that's
our
all I
own.
gotta say.
Thank you. I appreciate you greatly. So what he's saying then basically is that we spend more time tearing our own down than nurturing our own. And if we were actually nurturing our own, then most of us who leave the Caribbean go to other places and actually end up staying there because we're looking for a better opportunity. We probably wouldn't even have to leave the Caribbean. Different countries within the Caribbean itself. We are talking about Caribbean now, not about just Jamaica, right? But we don't invest in our own. It's like a trait that we have that we fight our own and tear them down and they have to run away and go get big somewhere else. Don't take my word for it. Just look at the track record. They have to run away and go get big somewhere else. And then when they get big out there, then we start wave the flag. I said, that's a Jamaican, you know, watch Bob Marley on the stage. When Bob Marley tried to do a little concert around there, so I look at a Dr. Rasta boy about him benefit concert and for the whole heap of nasty dirty struggler them on the road. You know, I mean, if you use a bulldozer and just bulldoze the whole of them over, go that way. Cora Garden, I'm just saying. You know them need for just bulldoze the whole of them go over there so that way and all that. They didn't come and say, okay, Bob, that's a great thing you're doing. We're right on board with you. Let's make this a national thing. Let's clean up our streets. Let's get our people some help. Let's get this the less fortunate. But when they go overseas, live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Hey, one quick minute morning. I heard the lady called Musa Rosa name.
I want you to be clear so we can hear you. Clear so we can hear you.
All right. Musa Baruka named the lady called this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Musa is one of the first one from big media. Say if you can put Dirty Bob Marley on that song as national hero.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Me always because it's not a little bit noisy now word never. So just remember, ask anybody who listen to Cutting Edge.
Yeah.
When you pour cold water from Bob Marley, when you can put Bill Dirty Man with ganja slip, palm money, name national hero.
You need to go watch that again.
Me say, upon RFM Cutting Edge, someone pull him in and say, look here, man, you can't cheat on the man like that, the brother like that. So if you don't know me, can't tell you that me not ask you, me listen to him. I'm an all-rounder. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. So, all right. No more call. We're past the hour. I only want to do a 1 hour show this morning. Take it like this. Well, not no more call, but watch this. Muta wasn't tearing down Bob Marley. If you listen to Muta's spoken words, that's why it's important to listen and then have some listening comprehension skills, meaning you understand what you heard as it was intended. Seeing that your mind never take it in and then twist it. Muta wasn't tearing down Bob. Muta actually did a spoken word that I watched yesterday or the day before yesterday where he talking about I am the man. And he says, I am the man that they with 400 years of black foot scraping your pavement that is covered in this and that. I just him spoken word thing. So when he speaks like that, and him said, dirty Rasta boy, the one with the 40 leg and him nasty dreadlocks, knot up, twist up here. If you listen to only pieces, you're gonna be like, then Lord, why am I talk to himself so? Why am I describe himself and others that look like him so? You know, but you don't understand that there is a method to the madness. That's why you have to listen to the whole thing. It's just like when we do a 1 hour show and people come in and listen for 5 minutes and then leave one paragraph comment in the whole other direction of what we were talking about. And I know right away you didn't follow the argument through. You just grab a little part, right? I probably over here in the middle of a talk, I say, yes, somehow I get bun from a long time. I'm married for 30 years. You've probably been getting bun for 30 years. But by the way, I want to talk about that some more. And me, and I try to do the woman part. And I'm like, yes, me love certain kind of man. Somebody come and take out SouFLo saying, yes, me love certain kind of man and go put it everywhere. See, them tell us I'm about a long time. LGBT boy that move on go. Him now no wife. That's how. So you have to pay attention. Muta wasn't saying nothing bad about Bob. Matter of fact, Muta would be advocating for Bob Marley to be a hero. The person who called says that Muta himself should have been named our national poet long time ago. But you know, Muta and Bob have certain things in common, and it is the outside, the exterior characteristics. The hair, the facial beard, the hair, you know, who drink ganja in a tea versus who burn it in a big spliff and all these things, and they don't conform to a certain quote unquote status quo. Speak this way, round your words up, be more articulate. That them called articulate, you know. Like you can't articulate yourself using any language, but this is what is accepted, kind of thing. So yeah, Muta is an agent of the system, somebody says. Muta is a fraud. Me know why I know I say Muta is a fraud, you know, because they are Jamaica the other day, I listen to the radio, Muta says something about they joke. And I was pretty much surprised myself, but that was my views on it from beginning. But to hear Muta draw a line on it and come over that side there, I was like, yeah. But he never said nothing wrong. He said he's not living his life for anybody else. So if you think that my family over so and them can't come see me and me can't go see them and then make it mandatory across the board and say, yo, the only way you can be with your family again or they can be with you again is if everybody have to go take the joke. Him say, me I take my joke and go see my family. Yeah? You're not meant to live here last forever anyway. So the time that you do have here, where you're going to lock up and them over there so you over here so you have to take a joke and never see your people again, kind of thing, which he had a strong base in that argument. But of course, some people are going to only see it one way. Big Rasta man, I promote the joke. No, you're a sellout, Rasta, you're a sellout. You're one of them people, you're agent of the system, you're this and that. You're not allowed to think outside of those traditional lines that people have drawn for you. And once you do that, I run into it all the time. I see people, SouFLo, I've been listening to you for 4 years now. I feel like I want to unsubscribe to them because you said this. And I'm like, geez. So all this time, you thought it was okay, everything I was saying. But as soon as I say one thing that you don't like, you looking for the unsubscribe button or the subscribe button to press. We are going to disagree. We're going to have difference of opinions on topics. That's why I said earlier, Faye talking about as dress, it is her opinion and she's entitled to it. However, let's run your track record to see how many more other important, more pressing issues you pioneered or rode out in the forefront of, rallied up people to come to the cause for, and we don't find too many. So you're majoring in minor. But we're not box people opinion out of their mouth. You're not entitled to have it. You are. As long as you're not sending nobody up under them mother and all these things, you can have your own opinion. Right? So we're not to hate each other because somebody else have a different opinion from yours. Back to the dress. I said it the first time I did the video. I said the dress was sexy. The dress is actually a woman in all her glory. When I say breast, I think about breastfeeding. When I say breast, I think about baby. When I say breast, I think about new life. When I say breast for a woman, I think me can't have them there like that. I'm a man. They are definitely created different from us in a way that is so beautiful that we have to admire them. Plus the purpose they serve in creation. And she step out like that on a platform like that. We don't have to guess. I wonder if them did tell her that she's going to be walking across the stage. Oh my God, she could have been dressed more appropriately. That's not, when you have a platform like say a Faye Ellington, then your opinions carry way further than when a small man around here said, boy, I never like the dress enough. Look like a whoring dress or something. Nobody ain't paying you no mind. But for Faye Ellington, a woman who many other women look up to, what them did want her Faye wear? Like the caller just said before, she's breaking chains. She's breaking chains. She's doing a silent protest that you're not even paying attention to. They have told you how to dress for the longest. And we've brought that and handed it down When we end up in a three-piece suit, talk truth. You don't say not ours, right? It's not ours. When we ended up in three-piece suit, when we ended up in flat colors, because most Africans are from like kente cloth style to bright colors, because bright colors look good against our different shades of skin color. So they wanted her to wear a subdued suit, maybe a pantsuit. You have to also understand that Rihanna is a fashion icon, a global fashion icon that has her own line. So she can't boring. She can't boring. And another thing, they should be thanking her. They should be watching what she did. Enough people wouldn't have known about the ceremony and then go do some research into that ceremony of Barbados removing the Queen as their head of state had it not been Rihanna there. So just because she was there, now it's at the forefront of a lot of people's argument, and it's on the table for everybody else to start saying, well, damn, why won't Jamaica do that? Well, why won't the rest of the Caribbean do that? Why they still got the Queen of England as their head of state? Let me go look up some more and see. Oh, damn, and she has constitutional rights, superior constitutional rights. Wow. So they still holding on to like all their colonial leaders and all that. The conversation is broader now and it's on the table. I don't think it's a publicity stunt. I think what that caller said last week, where the caller said, look, Bob Marley is a brand. Anytime you hear Bob Marley, the first thing people think is Jamaica. We have somebody that not only championed us around the world, stands forever as a symbol for us, right? And like I've said, all the places I've been overseas that are Jamaican, anything, be it a restaurant, a clothing store, or anything, there's a big old picture of Bob Marley in there. And it's there for a reason, because of his power that he has on the minds of people, right? So Rihanna is kind of like that. It's like Barbados doing business. Who do we have that can become a national, international brand as well? Enough tourists jump on a plane and say, I want to go to where Bob Marley lives or used to live. I want to go see his childhood home. I want to go see this and that. What do you think is going to happen to Barbados now? Plane full of tourists. I'm sure she's a national hero and she's alive. So they're probably going to have Rihanna Museum, her childhood home over there, or this over here. You know, Rihanna played on that playground right there when she was between the ages of 3 and 7 before she went to so-and-so. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. And also the conversation of giving someone their flowers while they are alive. Because I bear dead people, we big up. It's like when they're alive, we fight them. And then when they die, we big them up.
Mommy, wake up in the morning.
Mommy, wake up in the morning?
Yes, Mommy, wake up.
You trying to tell Daddy it's time to end his life? All right. So here we are, man. Let's stop majoring in minor. I want all the Barbadian, all my Barbados or Bajan brothers and sisters to know that just like that, enough with Jamaican loving them just the same way and have the mindset that it is all one Caribbean. Enough time to say it, one Caribbean family, because that's what it is. We are actually the same people. Matter of fact, it'll be scary to actually go to another island, start dating, being with somebody, and then you find out through genetic testing that you're actually way closer a relative than you thought you were. It's scary because we are actually, remember, I know them used to take, like, breed with, and then take this one and sell him back to Barbados, send this one over here so to Grenada, send this one over here so to, and these are blood family members. So it ain't too far-fetched to think that that can happen. Come back around full circle. We are that much locked in. DNA, genetic. So we are definitely one people. All right? Big up on yourself. In the meantime, Shanette says she's powerful. but not as powerful as Bob Marley and Usain Bolt. I'm not gonna debate that. I'm not gonna debate that. Bob Marley just sold 20 point something million records this year alone. Yo, I swear, when I watched the video of Bob Marley and he said he's going to put this wheel in motion and the wheel is going to keep rolling and rolling and just pick up momentum over time, where you don't have to touch the wheel anymore, it just continues to pick up momentum. And it's this music thing I talk about, and it's this tough gang thing I talk about. And then I look at it today, and he did 20 mil in the US records sold and ruled Billboard charts, top artist for 2021, decades after he's been gone. It's freaking amazing. It's amazing. Bolt, I think Bolt and Rihanna are probably competing with the same. And then again, not even, because only people who are really into sports and stuff like it would be mostly into Usain. Rihanna is music and entertainment, you know? So I don't know. But debatable. Just like somebody just said, that's debatable. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying, and we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to. Why, when it's time for us to award somebody something, we start comparing them to others? Them deserve their accolades as well. Usain Bolt deserves his. Usain having big statue in Jamaica. He's still not labeled a national hero though. Bob Marley should definitely have gotten his. Them give Shelley and Fraser Price a big statue in Jamaica. I saw it at the National Stadium when I was there for the Buju Banton concert. That's the last time. Me go up a National Stadium. But now they're probably going to have to give Elaine Thompson Herah one, because Elaine actually came and did more than Shelley did throughout her career. She accomplished another level of. Now, not saying that Shelley can't get there, but we're talking about in her latter years now of track and field, where, you know, had a child, she's a mommy, I don't know. But yeah, Elaine surpassed her. So does she get a statue as well? And while we're giving these statues, statues at national places like the stadium, you might as well give that person a hero badge. Call them a hero or a national hero as well. You know? But we don't give people. I bet so one time Usain Bolt dead, them gonna talk about giving him, and I hope Usain live a long life, long as ever. But I'm just saying, we all pass. So I bet that after he's passed and gone on is when they're gonna be like, Sir Leo Bolt is what he was knighted as in the UK. I think we should call him a national hero. No. How about while they're alive? Because the things they have accomplished wasn't no easy feat, and they did it on our behalf. It wasn't just about self-praise for them. It was on our behalf. You think some other nation wouldn't pay you? You think the US wouldn't pay Usain Bolt like $100 million every year for run for them just for one season of run? So he can break some world records, and those world records stand for generations long with their stamp on it. We don't care who did it. It's the Americans. It belongs to America. The fastest time in the world goes to an American. You could argue it all you want to and be like, yeah, but he was Jamaican though. And that doesn't matter. Some of the best athletes in the world are not from the country that they represent. But when the gold medal goes, it goes to the country. It doesn't go to, the background of the athlete that got the medal. So you see, it's a deep thing. Anyhow, we're going to cut this live right here, hour and 30 minutes in. Shelley-Ann has a statue. Yes, she does. We see the statue, like I just said, up at National Stadium. And if Shelley-Ann has one, then the debate now would be, does Elaine Thompson Herah deserve to have a statue as well? Look at the track record. She has surpassed Shelley-Ann in accomplishment in the world of track and field. Right? Rising Phoenix, Jamaica already has a female hero. Yeah, Nani of the Maroon won female hero. And they won't have another one. Cause what? Cause what? Why must we only have one? And they probably didn't even want to put Nanny up there. Somebody was thinking strategic and was like, well, you have to include one woman just so that the women feel like they're on board. You tell me saying no other woman was great or none has been that great since. We need to focus on the heinous crimes in Jamaica. Listen, let me close this video by saying this, right? In the 11th month of the year, pushing up on 1,400 murders, over 400 people dead in car accidents alone, vehicular accidents, 32,000 plus HIV positive confirmed. Then we have this whole pandemic, endemic, and whatever going on, so, and so many more issues to worry about. We still have a high rate of child abuse. They made a wall, and the wall, go look up the children's memorial. It's a memorial where the statues are crying in Jamaica there, and it's supposed to be have the names of all the children that we lost to violence. The memorial ran out of space for more names. These are the things we need to be talking about. And like the caller said earlier, the one woman said every time she called, I just don't say nothing and just let her speak because she's just always so eloquent. Look at us. Look at us. Why are we majoring in minor? Why are we not paying attention to the real things that need to be paid attention to? Why all the smoke screens all the time? Why can't we just get to an issue, see the issue, hash the issue out, get to a solution? Because we're too busy worried about how the woman breast looking at her dress as she went to collect like the biggest top award ever in her country. We're distracted by foolishness all the time. All the time. As a woman face saw her breast jiggling in the dress and forgot that she was being awarded an achievement that not many will ever see in their lifetime or the lifetime to come. And it was earned, it wasn't just given for style. At 33, with a whole lot of steam left in her tank to go. So we're going to talk about serious issues, or we're going to talk about that. Big up to Rihanna. Big up to all my progressive, productive people that out there. Clean heart, clear conscience, forward thinkers, and stop with this antiquated colonial mindset that y'all try to bring into the future somehow, because there's no place in the future for it. Yeah, there's no place in the future for it. The rebel them there and them a burn a fire. See? In all kinds of ways. So if I get burn out, I go get burn out regardless. Some of us don't have to speak loud too much about certain things. We just get to it. Right? All right. With that said, crime is everywhere. However, we are discussing Jamaica, not everywhere else. Yeah, people always do that. Oh, but crime is everywhere, SouFLo. We don't care about that. We beat that horse to death. We know crime is everywhere. We're talking about Jamaica, not true? All right. And with that said, big up on yourself. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate each and every one of you. Come on out tomorrow morning again, where we will have another spirited discussion about something else. Also, you can leave in the comment section of this video. Wait till the video go off live. Then leave in the comment section of this video what you want to be addressed tomorrow morning. That way I come prepared, do some research on it, probably even do more than you, and might tell you something that you don't even know about the topic that you choose. See, let's keep it uplifting as always. Have a wonderful day and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Oh, let me put her link in here. Right, that's all. That's Wifey channel at Shakira Sphere. Go over there and hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll catch y'all later, all right? DB, manners and respect. The love is real. I get it and I give it right back. All right? Big up and bless up. Peace.